Hey, what up guys? Loom here. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. Today we have the Destruction Warlock Mage Tower Challenge, Fel Totem's Fall. Completing this challenge will unlock one of the cooler full set mods for Warlock. It's a recolor of the Tomb of Sargeras mythic set with the fabled Jumpy Wings. If you've already obtained this from the Affliction or Demonology challenge, congrats and well done. There are other rewards that this can help you obtain as well, like the Soaring Spell Tome Mount and Tour of Towers achievement, for completing each of the 7 unique challenges. You can do this on as few as 3 tunes or as many as 7. You can then set your sights a little bit higher, completing all 36 challenges, earning you the Tower Overwhelming Feat of Strength. The Mage Tower is a great place to press your buttons on ults without having to invest in gearing up, while retaining meaningful and rewarding combat. If you have any interest in those rewards, or just want to see the variety of challenges available, or the home-cooked strategies that we employ to deal with them, subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Right now is a fantastic opportunity to obtain all of the tower rewards, and with your support we'll have a video for every spec before patch 11.1 comes out. Fel Totem's Fall pits our Warlock against Tugar Blood Totem, Tugar D's, right, and his pet snake Jormog. Though fewer moving parts than the Affliction challenge thwarting the twins, there are still several aspects to this fight that can be difficult or a pain just to have to figure out on your own. In this video, I'll give you my recommendations for the simplest way of dealing with the bosses and the various hoops that you need to jump through. Unlike the Twins challenge, the objective here is to defeat both bosses. When one of them is defeated, the other does enrage, granting 150% increased damage. That ramps further 2% every second, including time spent in the burrow phase. This means we will want them to go down at about the same time. The safest way to do this is by defeating Tugar first, then taking out Jormog before his Screech wipes you. Defeating Jormog first and having Tugar enrage is less consistent and can result in immediate one-shots that are not very well telegraphed. While Jormog has one attack that has a cast, either way you don't want either boss to be alive alone for more than a handful of seconds. Tugar has far more health than a snake, though Jormog starts the fight with 9 stacks of Fel-hardened scales, granting him 90% damage reduction, 10% per stack. These stacks are removed when Jormog hits one of the fallen stalactites during the burrow phase. He'll circle the area a few times, target the player, and charge in a direct line. He can hit multiple stalactites in a single charge, so do your best to set that up. During this, you'll also need to defeat some very low health adds that spit on the ground, dodge Eruption, deal with Tugar's Fel Burst, and destroy a Fel Totem that will stun you if its cast completes. The stun will happen regardless of your position, and the totem only has 2 health. Simply casting Wither, or Conflag, or even auto-attacking it will be enough to take it out. Keep your eyes open, it can definitely spawn in the perimeter of the combat area. Wither and Rain of Fire spam will be enough to defeat the low health adds. Going 0 for 3 on stalactites has no direct penalty, so once you've removed all of his stacks, you can focus on dodging and not having to line up continued smashes. So dealing damage, when the snake is surfaced, stack Tugar next to him, dot them both up with Wither, and spam Rain of Fire. Using an @cursor or @player macro for Rain of Fire will make this one button press. I highly recommend it. Macros, as always, in the description below. You should be using Havoc on the snake and then building embers on the boss with Incinerate and Conflag. You will not need to save Havoc for Burrow, just send it whenever it's up. The fight having 2 bosses can make you feel like splitting Chaos Bolts with Havoc is the way to go, but everything else in the fight works against this strategy. Solution: Rain of Fire spam. On just 2 targets, it's pretty close in damage, and has the additional benefits of freedom of movement, it can't be interrupted, does not have facing requirements, and allows you to rip through your soul shards way faster. By the same token, don't bother using Soulfire, Channel Demon Fire, or Cataclysm. These are all traps. Should really only be Chaos Bolting during the burrow phase after the small adds are done, or at the very end of the fight when you only have 1 boss left. Again, this is 10 seconds or less maybe. My experience is that opting for Rain of Fire over Chaos Bolt upped my damage by about 25% and made it much easier to deal with everything else the fight throws at you. So how do we survive? The boss's melee attacks are pretty negligible, though in general it's a good habit to take the punches to the face and not to the back of your head. There is a magic dot periodically applied to you that you could dispel with your imp, though you want to have your Felhunter out for its interrupt. If you have current leech enchants on your cloak and bracers, the dot is pretty negligible, so if you do get low, pop a Healthstone. Try not to Dark Pact, we're going to save that for something else, which is actually the next mechanic, Fel Burst. Fel Burst is a magic damage nuke cast by Tugar that you'll need to interrupt, disrupt, or otherwise have a defensive for. It has a 20-second cooldown, and our interrupt spell lock has a 24-second cooldown. This is a problem. And while there are solutions you can create with a combination of Curse of the Satyr or Tongues, Fear, and Shadow Fury, I don't recommend it. Cast time abilities are directly countered by the fight design as we talked about previously, so don't use them if you don't have to. Here's my solution. We spell lock the first cast, then we use Howling Terror to disrupt the next one, then we're back to using spell lock, and for the fourth we're going to use Dark Pact. If you're not familiar with Howling Terror, it shares a choice node with Mortal Coil, which does heal you, but it has a 5-second longer CD as well as a facing requirement. Howling Terror is effectively Psychic Scream, it has no facing requirement, and will also fear the snake if in range. Dark Pact is also instant, off the global cooldown, and even tops up your health via the Hellcaller talent Zevrim's Resilience. Bonus points if you Infernal stun the very first spell burst, just drop it on your third global. You'll see that I do use Curse of the Satyr on the boss. It's not at all required, but if it's not a hassle to use, it does give you more time to react, which is nice, especially at points we're going to be using Howling Terror. Okay, so we got both of the bosses at low health. You're going to finish off Tugar and tank the amplified Sonic Screech with Unending Resolve, which will also make you immune to the interrupt portion of it, and finish off Jormog before he gets another cast off. You can always Howling Terror or Fear or Shadow Fury the following Screech if needed. Screech it 3 times you're playing with yourself, as the song goes. And that's the way the Fel Totem falls. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel so you can catch the rest of the challenges as they come out. Thanks so much for giving this video your attention, and of course have a great rest of your day or evening. Peace.
With Tugar gone, the Fel Totem should present less of a threat. Even so, I will keep an eye on those treacherous fiends.